A Dallas Cowboys star defender faces off with a reporter after one of the most embarrassing losses in recent franchise history. Cameras rolling, tensions high, and social media exploding. This is the story of what really happened when Trevon Diggs finally had enough. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. We're diving deep into some serious NFL drama that's been making waves across social media. You know things are getting spicy when a star cornerback and a reporter go head-to-head in the locker room, and that's exactly what happened with the Dallas Cowboys' Trevon Diggs. Now, before we get into the heated exchange, let me set the scene for you. The Cowboys had just suffered a crushing 42-10 loss to the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, you heard that right? 42-10? This wasn't just any regular season game. This was a prime-time showdown that had everyone watching, and it turned into a nightmare for America's team. For those who haven't been following Diggs this season, he's been having quite a roller coaster ride. The 2021 first-team, all-pro cornerback has never been one to shy away from speaking his mind, and that's exactly what happened in this post-game situation that's got everyone talking. According to multiple sources who were present in the locker room, the tension started building when a reporter approached Diggs about the team's defensive performance. Now you've got to understand, this wasn't just any bad game. The 49ers had absolutely dominated every aspect of the game, with Christian McCaffrey and Brandon Ayuk making the Cowboys' secondary look like they were playing in slow motion. The reporter and I want to be clear here that we're giving you the full context. Apparently pressed Diggs about some missed coverages and the defense's overall strategy against the 49ers' offensive scheme. That's when things took a turn. Diggs, clearly frustrated with both the loss and the line of questioning, reportedly fired back with some choice words that I probably shouldn't repeat verbatim on this channel if we want to keep our monetization. But here's where it gets really interesting, folks. Instead of just walking away, Diggs took to social media afterward to address the situation. He posted, and I'm quoting here, "The media always trying to paint their own narrative. They don't want to see us win." This tweet absolutely blew up, getting thousands of retweets within minutes. Let's break this down for a second, because there are layers to this story that we need to unpack. First off, this isn't the first time we've seen tension between players and media this season. The NFL has been dealing with an increasing number of similar incidents, where the line between professional reporting and what players consider fair coverage has become increasingly blurred. Now, some of you might be thinking, hey, shouldn't players just handle these situations more professionally? And you might have a point. But let's look at this from Diggs' perspective for a moment. This is a guy who's been one of the most dynamic defensive players in the league since he entered it. He led the NFL with 11 interceptions in 2021. And he's constantly under the microscope because he plays for one of the most scrutinized teams in professional sports. The Cowboys fan base is passionate, and when you're coming off a loss like that to a conference rival, emotions are running high. Add to that the pressure of playing in Dallas, where every move is analyzed and criticized, and you can start to understand why a player might snap under those circumstances. But here's where the story takes another turn. Several of Diggs' teammates have since come to his defense. Team captain Dak Prescott was quoted saying, "We're all human at the end of the day. The media needs to understand that we're not just here for their sound bites. We're competitors, and sometimes emotions run high." What makes this situation even more complex is the timing. The Cowboys are in the middle of what was supposed to be a promising season, and this loss to the 49ers has raised serious questions about their ability to compete with the NFL's elite teams. The last thing they needed was a controversy involving one of their star defenders. The team's management has been surprisingly quiet about the incident, which has led to speculation about how they're handling it internally. Sources close to the team suggest that there have been meetings about improving player-media relations, but nothing official has been announced. Now, let's talk about what this means for the Cowboys moving forward. They've got some crucial games coming up, and they can't afford to let this kind of off-field drama affect their performance. The NFL is a league where momentum can shift quickly, and right now, the Cowboys need to focus on bouncing back from this loss. For Diggs personally, this incident might actually work in his favor in terms of fan support. We've seen time and time again that NFL fans often side with players in these types of situations, especially when it comes to post-game interviews after tough losses. The comment section under any social media post about this incident is filled with fans defending Diggs and criticizing what they see as overly aggressive reporting. Eichmann, who brought 3 Super Bowls to Dallas, recently called out the Cowboys' approach to free agency and their overall team-building strategy. He specifically pointed out their reluctance to make big moves in free agency and questioned whether they're truly doing everything possible to win now. And surprisingly, Jerry Jones didn't get defensive. He actually called Aikman's criticisms fair. Now, this is huge, folks. Jerry Jones admitting that criticism is fair? That's about as rare as a solar eclipse. But here's what Jerry said specifically. Troy's been there. He knows what it takes to win championships, and his perspective carries weight. He even acknowledged that the Cowboys need to be more aggressive in certain areas. But here's the bigger picture that we need to consider. This incident highlights a growing trend in professional sports, where the relationship between athletes and media is becoming increasingly strained. With social media giving players a direct line to fans, we're seeing more and more situations where players are pushing back against traditional media narratives. Looking ahead, the Cowboys organization needs to address this situation carefully. They can't afford to let this become a distraction as they prepare for their upcoming games. The NFL season is long, and success often comes down to how teams handle adversity, both on and off the field. Before we wrap this up, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about this situation? Was Diggs justified in his reaction, or should he have handled it differently? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest NFL drama and analysis.